Lakers have finally added a center in Mark Williams, acquiring him from Charlotte. And before I get into what this means for the Lakers going forward, I did want to point on how remarkable it is that within the past couple days, the Lakers have acquired Luka Doncic, a few more pieces, and Mark Williams, a young defensive-centric center who is really good around the rim offensively wise, up-and-comer in the league. They acquired both those guys without getting rid of, debatably, their two best obviously AD was traded, but outside of AD, their two best trade pieces in Austin Reeves, who's averaging around 18 points a game, and Rui Hachimura, somebody that is shooting incredible from the three-point strike, has an inside game. They didn't have to give those two guys away. I find that ridiculous. The fact that Austin Reeves is still on this roster is such a win for the Lakers. And you essentially look at it, you go through the numbers. What they have done here is they have swapped Anthony Davis for Luka and Mark Williams. And I think this is a huge win for the Lakers. And now going on to what this means for them as a team. And do I think that Mark Williams can shoulder some of the load that AD had been doing for him? Certainly. Is he going to be as effective? Certainly not. Anthony Davis, in my opinion, best rim protector in the league, one of the best defensive players in the NBA. But Mark Williams can definitely fill the void for that. That's one of his strengths. I stayed up all night watching his highlights last night. This is really a remarkable player. What Mark Williams reminds me of is a player where everybody remembers him when it's all said and done. They just don't remember where he started. And I don't think anybody's going to remember him in Charlotte, but they'll remember him in LA. I think that he is on the trajectory to have an amazing NBA career in the future. After he was good at Duke, after watching some of the tape, he dropped 38 points earlier this year, recently against the Memphis Grizzlies. So I see a lot of upside in Mark Williams. I really, really do. And what this means for the Lakers' title chances, you got to really take a second to look. I only think there's two teams in the West that can beat them in the playoffs. And one of them is obviously Denver. You know, Jokic is a handful. That's been a really solid team. Lakers have had issues with them. Another one is, I'll give some credit to OKC. Although I think they're a young team, and although Luka kind of exposed them last year in the playoff series that he played against them, they're having a really solid year. They would be serious competition. But outside of that, if you're the Lakers, you're not afraid of Houston. Houston, they're too young, don't have a proven, like, big-time proven star that's been there in that position before. Memphis, we saw what a lesser version of this Lakers team did to them just 2 years ago. And you just go down the line. The Clippers, if you're the Lakers, you're not worried about them. The Warriors still, I think, are a piece away from being a true championship contender. That addition of Jimmy Butler is big, but I still think there are one, maybe two pieces away from being a true contender. And you look at the Lakers and you look at what that starting lineup has the ability to be: Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and now Mark Williams. It's going to be really exciting stuff to watch, really exciting TV. But I actually think this team can be really good. I think they can be really competitive. You look at where the Lakers are in the standings right now, sitting at fifth, have the same amount of losses as Denver. They could move up. They do want to avoid Denver in the first round at all costs. That's a really tough first round matchup, but still a lot of season left to be played. Haven't even reached the All-Star break yet. I believe Luka's first game is going to be Saturday. I expect that to be Mark Williams' first game too. And it's going to be really, really interesting, entertaining to see how this all works out. But from what I've seen, from how it's been, from the amount of depth now this Lakers team has, I wouldn't be surprised if they won the West. I really wouldn't be surprised if they won the West. Go down in the comments. I know people are going to fight me on this one. I know they are. But I just don't see it from other teams in the Western Conference from a player to player basis. We saw what Luka did last year in the Western Conference playoffs. We saw what he did. Now he's with LeBron, who's still playing at a super elite level, who is you're talking about two of the better postseason players in NBA history joining the same team. And the Lakers, it's not like the Lakers are like 10th or 9th in the West right now. They're 5th. So they have a lot of wiggle room. They could actually get a good seed through this. They could finish at 3 for all we know. So I see a lot of possibilities for this Lakers team. If they get the right first round matchup, I think the sky is the limit for this team. And we'll really see how it shakes up. But I definitely think they're a title contender. I don't know for sure, but I need to watch it for sure. I need to see how that game on Saturday goes and how the first week goes. But just on paper, what I've seen, what some of these players on this team has done in the past, I like their chances. I do.